News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corliss of WDWNT.com. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to make sure you never miss the latest from the Disney theme parks all around the world. Coming up in a moment, the news for December 8th, 2025. Of course, first, a word from our sponsor. You've seen us talking about these wait time displays over the last few months now. Well, the folks over at waitsigns.com have their newest product this holiday season, the Wait Time TV. Here it is. There it is. Let me turn this on. Press down twice on the remote to enter. I guess I should point it at the actual device. There we go. Now you can take everything you already love about the desktop display and bring it to your big screen TV, literally turning your TV into the resort TV. Simply connect the Wait Time TV media player via HDMI cable, which is included to your television. Think of it as an Apple TV or a Roku device. And again, your TV becomes the resort TV experience. Enjoy your own resort channel, display actual park hours, check real ride wait times, which we're doing right now. Well, let's check something that's open. Let's go over to EPCOT. View a custom vacation countdown fireworks show and even watch a live terrace view of the Orlando skyline, complete with those Magic Kingdom and EPCOT fireworks. And the best part is the Wait Time TV is fully optimized for an HD viewing experience, including their brand new VIP package, where you can go close up on the Magic Kingdom fireworks every single night in high definition. And finally, of course, there's also the live piano bar request show, where performers you already know and love from the parks, including our own Piano Rob, perform live for you, taking your requests in real time in HD. Cosmic Rewind's only 45 minutes at 10 in the morning. It must be slow still. All right. Well, that's good. Also, good news, you could use code NEWS15 to save 15% off your entire order. While we're on this camera, there's something lurking in the background. It is, of course, our 8-foot tall, 10-foot long inflatable Santa Gehry. If you order today, they are shipping in time for Christmas. You'll have them before Christmas if you order today. Get them now. They're not on pre-order. They are physically here, and we are running out of stock. So make sure you get in on that as soon as possible. And real quick, we'll go back over here. I'll give you my last ad. I know you guys love these ad breaks, so I have some good news for you in a moment. If you don't like the ad breaks, which we need to pay for all the reporters that go out to the parks all around the world every day, and as well our production team that's in the back. And oh yeah, I need to eat occasionally too. Either way, I want to mention real quick, we are doing our first ever guided tour of Tokyo Disney Resort. This is happening in the spring. It's happening in April. It's going to be April 5th through the 16th. We're going to be there, that includes travel days. It takes a while to get to and from there, as you know. But this is happening in April. Registration is open now at events.wdwnt.com. We are already halfway full, and we only launched this on Thursday. We only have so many rooms. It has to be a small group so we can function within Tokyo Disney Resort and parts of Japan we are visiting. So check out the itinerary, get more information and more, again, at events.wdwnt.com. The Tom Corliss It's Better in Tokyo tour. It was a joke commercial. Now it's a real thing. Now let's get to the news. Disney cast members are celebrating 100 years of steam power as two of the Magic Kingdom's trains, the Roger E. Broggie and the Walter E. Disney, mark their 100th birthdays this year. These historic locomotives continue to delight guests and carry Walt's lifelong love of trains, reflecting Disney's ongoing investment in preserving the experiences that have inspired generations. Originally built in 1925, both trains spent decades in service long before they arrived at the Walt Disney World Resort. Their stories intertwine with Walt's own fascination for railroads, a passion that helped spark the dream of Disneyland and later the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World. Through ongoing enhancements and meticulous restoration, the Walt Disney World Railroad remains a shining example of how Disney continues to blend innovation with tradition, honoring the past while keeping the magic moving forward. Behind the scenes, cast members, including Transportation Engineering Service Manager Lou Burkheiser, restored and maintained the Walt Disney World Railroad. They brought these engines back to life through years of thorough and precise refurbishment. Lou has been a cast member for more than 35 years and has always had a love for the trains, finding magic in carrying on one of Walt's original passions. Lou described the refurbishment process as watching a train come apart piece by piece so it can shine again, a careful, detailed restoration that blends engineering precision with tradition. The multi-year effort involves dismantling the locomotives down to its smallest components, restoring or even hand fabricating parts that no longer exist, and applying every finish with detailed craftsmanship, a level of care that keeps these 100-year-old engines alive and steaming for future generations. The Roger E. Brogy, which returned to service in late 2023, showcases the rare art of hand-painted detailing and gold leafing. Lou explained every stripe, number, and letter was carefully applied by hand, preserving an authentic craftsmanship rarely seen today. The attention to detail reflects Disney's continued commitment to preserving and enhancing the timeless experiences that guests connect with through generations. As their whistle echoes down Main Street, the gleam of gold trim on their tenders sparkle. These trains are more than just park icons. They're living pieces of Disney's heritage. For cast members like Lou, it's not just a job, it's an adventure to work at a place that embodies Walt and his legacy. You know, the news the last couple of years has not always been positive, and I think it's important sometimes to read these kind of stories to remember, number one, there are cast members who care every single day on those front lines and behind the scenes, who make the magic happen for us and keep these things alive. Maybe even when some people in upper management don't necessarily believe in things like keeping a railroad running or you know, a riverboat or things like that. There are people behind the scenes and in front of you as guests that make that difference and keep this magic rolling. So it's important to take a moment to recognize that and also recognize these 100th anniversaries of these magnificent steam engines. Disney World runs Mickey's Once Upon a Christmastime parade during the daytime every year during the busy week of Christmas and New Year's. The schedule has been confirmed for this year at the Magic Kingdom. From December 22nd through December 31st, Mickey's Once Upon a Christmastime parade will perform twice daily during regular park hours at noon and 3 p.m. The last evening performance will take place on the final night of Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party on December 21st. That night is sold out, as are the rest of the December dates, so the event is completely sold out, but again, you can see it in the daytime for a regular park admission. Mickey's Once Upon a Christmastime parade will start in Frontierland next to Tiana's Bayou Adventure and roll through Frontierland, Liberty Square, and down Main Street, USA, where the parade concludes. If you're not going to get a chance to see it in person this year, you can watch the video of it right here on our channel, daytime and nighttime, in fact. Another fire recently broke out at EPCOT. This marks the second fire in the France Pavilion this year. At Disney Cast 84 posted fire at EPCOT. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow was the music choice. That was interesting. A fire on the top of a display crate recently broke out in Epcot's France Pavilion just behind Les Vins de Chefs de France. That's the winery cart, the wine cart outside of the pavilion, which serves French wine, champagnes, and those specialty beverages. Commenters claim the fire was started with a discarded cigarette. No stereotypes about the French Pavilion. Come on, guys. Apparently a discarded cigarette probably was a guest, who knows, although that was not confirmed. Of course, smoking is not allowed currently in the Walt Disney World theme parks, but cast members quickly came to the scene and two arrived by boat while culinary cast members put out the flames with a fire extinguisher. No one was hurt, no real damage, everything was fine, thankfully. But this is, again, not the first time this year. Back in March, a fire broke out behind the France Pavilion with large plumes of smoke rising above. According to representatives from Disney, the fire was in a walk-in cooler behind the building back in March. The cause of the fire was never stated, but nonetheless. In Epcot, also in May, a popcorn cart located in World Celebration also caught fire, but cast members quickly put out the flames. Now, the question, as always, is, did these things happen often before social media and we just didn't capture it? Or is it just the time we live in, these things happen? I don't know. It's up for debate. Let us know in the comments. Do you think it's because we all have a phone at our disposal all the time that we see these things constantly and they did happen just as often before, or do they happen more now because of maintenance or something else? Let us know. Or bad guests, just because guests are throwing cigarette butts around. Disney PhotoPass at Hollywood Studios began offering a unique holiday photo op inside Sid Cahuenga's one-of-a-kind Tinseltown photos on November 14th. As part of the set, a rug appearing to be made of scraps of carpet from Muppet Vision 3D is situated beneath holiday decor. The photo op is located again in Sid's, just to the left after scanning into Hollywood Studios after you enter the park. The location is typically where guests can view, print, and purchase photoed moments experienced throughout their day. The holiday photo experience is currently open from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. during regular park hours and during Disney Jollywood Nights. Of course, PhotoPass is included at Jollywood Nights, so people are taking advantage of this. The small room has been decorated like a festive living room with a vintage-style tree covered with tinsel, lights, and ornaments. Below the tree are wrapped gifts and a train set. The walls are also covered in wrapped frames, quote-unquote, However, the most interesting aspect again is the carpet, which guests walk across and pose over for the photos, as it seems to be from the Muppet Vision Theater, which of course closed earlier this year. So I guess they pulled up carpet, it was available, and they decided to use it. Of course, Muppet Vision closed to become Monstropolis, the World of Monsters Incorporated, which will open in a few years' time. Fantasmic at Disney's Hollywood Studios will have 3 performances on the Saturday after Christmas, December 27, 2025. To accommodate the expected crowds, Fantasmic will be performed at 6:30 p.m., 8 p.m., and 9:30 p.m. on December 27th. The show will only be performed at 6:30 p.m. every other Saturday of December. It'll perform at 7:30 and 9 most other days of the month, including Christmas Eve and Christmas. On New Year's Eve, Fantasmic will be performed at 9:30 only, as there will be New Year's fireworks later in the evening. Continuing to January, Fantasmic will be performed at 9:30 p.m. daily. This is weird for me to read because I remember a day and age when 3 a night was the norm for Fantasmic, but that hasn't been the norm in a long, long time. So it's news right now that one night we'll have 3 performances of Fantasmic. A recent Imagineering permit slates work for the area currently used as the courtyard in front of Dinosaur at Disney's Animal Kingdom. The attraction is set to close in February to become the Indiana Jones attraction as part of the Tropical Americas. The permit was filed on Friday, listing 600 DinoLand Drive as the address for the potential work. The area is likely the courtyard of Dinosaur, as the nearby 594 DinoLand Drive is the approximate address for the DinoLand, Goofy, and Pluto meet and greet area, according to the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District's address finder. The permit contracts Whiting Turner for general construction and has a 1-year expiration date, as most of these do. The permit is likely for prep work as the area is developed into the front of that brand new Indiana Jones attraction. Of course, maybe they've been contracted for demolition. This will be for the demo work. The construction company named has worked with Disney several times in recent history, including on constructing Disney Villains Unfairly Ever After at Hollywood Studios, the demolition of It's Tough to Be a Bug, and early facility demolition for DinoLand, so it makes sense they're working on this part of the land as well. Dinosaur and Restaurantosaurus will close permanently in February. That will be the last phase of the DinoLand closure, and then Tropical Americas will open sometime in 2027. This program is brought to you by Be Our Guest, our official travel agent sponsor. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guest and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. Head on over to WDWNT.travel and their team will design your next magical vacation, from the Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resorts to Disney Cruise Line to Adventures by Disney and more. And the best part is their concierge services are 100% free. That's right. So book today. Goofy, Pluto, Donald, and Daisy all donned snazzy outfits over the weekend at Hollywood Studios in honor of Dapper Day 2025. Goofy was meeting alone in his typical location, wearing a snazzy pinstriped suit and blue shoes, complete with a bright, colorful shirt and cummerbund. Pluto was meeting nearby as well, wearing a sparkly collar adorned with silver star and his name. Daisy wore a dress complete with dark blue velvet sleeves and a bejeweled bodice, the bottom streaked with pinks, purples, and oranges, and Donald wears a gray vest and jacket along with a fedora. The characters are all wearing their mini silver screen dine outfits, which is not currently offered right now, so they could offer that. It's currently the holiday dine at Hollywood and Vine, so these costumes were available. But yeah, just for completely unannounced thing, just for Dapper Day. It's very nice. Of course, Dapper Day has been hosted in Anaheim, Orlando, and Paris during the spring and fall events since 2011. The event encourages guests to step out in style, drawing inspiration from original concept art for Disneyland and Disney World by Imagineers such as John Hench and Herb Ryman, but also dressing like guests used to in the 50s to the 70s, really, which is quite common to see guests really dressed up to go out to the park. This weekend marked the last 2025 event for December 6th and 7th. 2026 events have already been announced. John Hale loves Radiator Springs Racers in Cars Land at Disney California Adventure. He loves it so much, in fact, he has been on the ride 14,999 times, and today will mark his 15,000th ride, December 8th, 2025. Hale tracks his Radiator Springs Racers record on his blog, racers10000.com. He reached his original goal of 10,000 laps back on November 13th of 2017, but he didn't stop. Hale has scheduled again that 15,000th ride for today. It's probably happened by the time you're watching this. In fact, it has. 11 a.m. Pacific is when he did it. In addition to keeping track of his ride count, Hale tracks his race lane, the car color, and whether or not he won the race. You can check out Hale's story from ABC7 on our website. I'm glad to see he's still doing it. This has come up a couple times over the years as he keeps riding. He's been on our news. And so congratulations. That is a tremendous feat. 15,000 times. People think I'm crazy when, like, I used to count. I counted Toy Story Mania the first couple of years. Just I want to know how often I rode it. And I think I hit like 130 or 140. And people were like, they're nuts. And I was like, am I? I don't think so. But I mean, I am. I am actually insane. But it's good to know there are people out there who are more insane, but in a good way. According to an article by Florida Today, Port Canaveral is now considered to be the busiest cruise line port in the world. The port services several popular cruise lines, including, it's the home port of Disney Cruise Line. As of December 2nd, Port Canaveral has once again surpassed Port Miami to become the busiest cruise port in the world with 8,602,047 passengers in the past fiscal year. The port's growth has marked a 13.3% surge compared to last year's 7.9 million passengers. Miami serviced just under this year's number at 8.5 million. The first time Port Canaveral beat out Miami was just after the COVID-19 pandemic, where they rebounded quicker than the latter. Port Canaveral is home to 16 home-ported ships, including 4 from Disney Cruise Line, which would be the Dream, the Wish, the Fantasy, and the Treasure. According to the article, the port has $255 million in capital projects planned for 2026, with $912 million in total infrastructure and capital projects planned over the next 5. 18 cruise ships will call the port home next year, with about 9 million passengers expected to pass through, making for an estimated increase of 400,000 passengers. Port Canaveral CEO John Murray has also said regarding the growth this past year is a complete representation of what the industry is like today. We're all sailing at 100%. He said of all the other Florida ports, it's a very strong business market right now, and we've been fortunate to bring in some great numbers. We've got 2 great seaports in Florida, and we're competitive with our number of passengers. The fact that we can all be hitting these numbers is fantastic, and he continued to state that the port has plans to double the capacity of Terminal 5 to accommodate the massive number of passengers coming through, ensuring that the port can get the highest possible utilization from its assets. Legendary architect Frank Gehry passed away on Friday in his Santa Monica, California home at age 96. The New York Times confirmed with Megan Lloyd, Gehry's chief of staff, that he died after a brief respiratory illness. Gehry's work, of course, for Disney included Walt Disney Concert Hall in Los Angeles, the Disney Village, the original Disney Village at Disneyland Paris, and Team Disney Anaheim's building. The concert hall, which opened in 2003, is one of his most famous works in the world and shows off his distinctive postmodern style with a sculptural steel exterior. Unfortunately, of course, the elements of Gehry's original Disney Village, then called Festival Disney in Paris, are currently being removed as they're reimagining the district, which breaks my heart. Gehry's most famous non-Disney buildings, though, are the Guggenheim Museum, Bilbao in Spain, and the Louis Vuitton Foundation in Paris. He also designed sets, furniture, jewelry, and sculptures. His last completed building is the Warner Brothers Second Century in Burbank, which opened in 2023. Other projects designed by Gehry are still under construction around the world. He was working up until his death. Disneyland Paris is such an important moment in the history of Imagineering and the Walt Disney Company, and it shows off what Frank Wells and Michael Eisner were so good at, which was bringing in people to enhance the brand. And all the architects, I didn't get to talk about, I wasn't hosting the show when Robert A.M. Stern passed away a couple days ago. Robert A.M. Stern designed, his firm, a number of Disney hotels around the world, some of the most distinctive and important and most themed and most special to us as fans. Disney Village had an incredible concept. It was out there, but you cannot deny Frank Gehry's style. Perhaps the greatest architect ever lived by some accounts of those who are critics of such things. I am not. I am purely a critic of theme park architecture. But he is one of my favorite, because the first time I saw Disney Village, even in its semi-destroyed form, I fell in love with the idea of the pylons, with the lights strung overhead, the power plant idea. We actually have a whole 9-minute video here on the channel as part of Timekeeping, the series we did on Disneyland Paris, that is purely dedicated to Frank Gehry and the Disney Village's original aesthetic. I would go give that a watch, but an incredibly talented person who made such a difference in the architecture world and in our Disney world as well. So he will be missed. One of the monorails of the Tokyo Disney Resort has been decorated for Christmas with decals and more. Tokyo Disney shared video of the details on social media. Of course, there are also Christmas tickets you could buy to ride the monorail line and a limited time stamp rally for those who are passengers. The green monorail on the Disney Resort line has been transformed for the season. It has green, red, and gold decals covering the walls and ceiling. The handholds, which are always Mickey-shaped, now have little Santa Mickey hats on them. The Mickey-shaped windows feature wreaths and Disney Christmas 2025 decals, and images on the walls and ceiling include Christmas trees, Santa Mickey cookies, Mickey waffles, and festive adornments, an artwork of Mickey and his friends in a sled with a Christmas tree. The glass doors feature small Mickey-shaped wreath decals, and there are bows and snowflakes on the windows of the exterior doors. And of course, the circular bench ends have pictures of Christmas trees on them as well. You can see more of the video on our website, but always very cute at TDR. Tokyo Disney Resort is celebrating Minnie Mouse once again with the 5th Disney Pal-Palooza event, Minnie's Funderland, which will start January 13th. Minnie's Funderland will take place from, again, the 13th of January through March 2nd of 2026. The event's theme will be that of a world Minnie Mouse has dreamed up while looking through her mirror. The focus appears to be on Funder Night, where the world of Funderland will sparkle at night. There will be projections on the castle and such. Pretty neat. Minnie Mouse and her friends will appear on a glittering float adorned with large ribbons, dressed with cute outfits, adorned with heart-shaped accessories and lovely polka dots. The Disney friends will liven up the parade together with guests clapping and shouting along to the pop, energetic music that'll get you moving. Disney Premier Access will be available for the parade if you don't want to sit on the ground and wait for a long time. It'll last approximately 40 minutes from start to finish, including its 3 show stops around the park. This Pal-Palooza, again, you can enjoy Funderland Nights, where the world of Funderland will sparkle. The nighttime projection show will feature pop music, while motifs filled with Minnie's charm, such as polka dots, ribbons, and hearts, will create the dazzling world of Funderland. The park will be even more Minnie-themed with effects on Cinderella Castle and glowing pink decorations. The plaza lampposts will be topped with decorations, stained glass hearts, inviting guests into Minnie Mouse's fantasy-filled dream world from day to night. A crystal centerpiece will be in the courtyard behind Cinderella Castle as well, while a large stained glass window will be on the walkway between Fantasyland and Tomorrowland. The park will be filled with Minnie's favorite things, creating a pop and cute world that is completely different from the usual experience. A large ribbon monument will stand in the middle of World Bazaar, while a polka dot carpet will be on the ground of the plaza in front of Cinderella Castle. Make half of a heart shape with your hands and arms and bring them together to complete the Pal-Palooza pose, says TDR. It's always, I love how weird and wacky their events are. Around the Central Plaza from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., cast members will help you create memories with your friends as they capture your best moments with instant cameras. Look for the polka dot straps and pink cameras. This is amazing. Flags will be available to hold during the picture as well, and there will be 1 photo per group. So you get one automatic, you get one picture comes out, you take it and go away. Don't hold up the line, because there will be a line. Of course, the event will have merchandise. There'll also be special food, which will go on sale early starting December 26th. There'll be a special buffet at the Crystal Palace restaurant starting that day, where guests who dine will receive 1 of 3 greeting cards at random. A special set will be available at Eastside Cafe, the Sweetheart Cafe, and Refreshment Corner as well. A souvenir lunch case will be available at other venues too. And there will be multiple sweet and snack items available at multiple restaurants, like the Heart Ring Shoe, a hot berry drink, a strawberry mousse, and a peach jelly with an optional souvenir cup. There's also a cheese Mont Blanc with an optional souvenir plate, and BB popcorn with a bucket. Tokyo Disney Hotel will offer special rooms from January 14th through March 2nd. All guest rooms will be equipped with original Minnie's Funderland themed card keys and key cases. These card keys and cases can be purchased as a memento of your stay. And all restaurants at Tokyo Disneyland Hotel and the Ambassador Hotel will offer special menus inspired by Minnie's Funderland. Of course, there will be special Disney Resort Line monorail tickets as well, starting on January 13th. So Minnie's Funderland kicking off early next year. While we're talking about Minnie's Funderland, we have got to talk about a Tokyo Disney Resort popcorn bucket, right? There, of course, is a new popcorn bucket that will be available as part of the event. The Minnie Mouse popcorn bucket. The Minnie Mouse popcorn bucket will retail for 3,000 yen. It features a 3-dimensional pink and polka dot bow and her signature on the lid. The bucket has images of Minnie Mouse in her various poses, the castle, and other icons like bows and hearts from the event. The removable strap is pink and blue, and yeah, they've done these before. These are the buckets that you twist and they fold down into one layer, but then you can extend them when you want to fill them with popcorn. Guests can find this bucket not on the first day of the event. It's going to start January 15th. It'll be available at the popcorn wagon next to the gazebo at Tokyo Disneyland. If you'd like the bucket plus a voucher for popcorn, which means they won't put the popcorn in it, it'll be available at Plasma Ray's Diner in Tomorrowland. It'll also be available at the Big Pop store as well. With the BB popcorn, though, the cost is 3,200 yen at that location. As the grand finale of the 20th anniversary of Duffy and Friends celebration at Tokyo Disney Resort, another new celebration is coming to close out the event. It's Duffy and Friends Heartfelt Letters of Friendship. With specialty merchandise, food, and photo opportunities, Heartfelt Letters of Friendship will be available from January 8th to March 19th. Again, that'll be the end of Duffy's 20th anniversary. The story given by Tokyo Disney Resort for the celebration of Duffy is that he and his friends have come together with stories to share with their pal Mickey Mouse. Mickey has been away for a long time, so each friend came up with a gift to give to him that represented the stories they had to share. For instance, Duffy wrote a letter and placed it in a bottle. The resort will have special decor for the celebration, likely showing Duffy and Friends with their gifts for Mickey, as shown in the examples you're looking at now. And as part of the celebration, Tokyo Disney Resort is releasing a whole line of specialty merchandise for the occasion, including a line of plush keychains depicting Duffy and each of his friends in unique, colorful, heartfelt letters of friendship outfits. There will also be a line of accessories like a Duffy shoulder plush holding a letter and a purse shaped like an envelope with a plush Duffy peeking out over the top. The resort will also release a series of carabiners, each one of them in the shape of the head of one of the Duffy friends. Fittingly, the merchandise includes a line of stationery and letter accessories. The envelopes, paper, and letter seals all depict Duffy and his friends. And a line of trinket drawstring bags and postcards will also be released, along with other items such as mini towels, pouches, candies, and snacks. A few locations around TDR will also have special treats and food options. The Duffy's special set, for example, comes with a themed placemat, a coaster. Of course, this dish has rice in the shape of Duffy's face. You have to eat Duffy. Celebratory dining souvenirs will also be available during the event, including a water bottle, a plate, a lunch bag, and a mug. And Tokyo Disney Sea Hotel Miracosta will also be part of the event. 3 restaurants at the hotel will have specialty menu items in honor of the event. That will be Oceano, Silk Road Garden, and Bella Vista Lounge. During the 2-month event, the Disney Resort Line Monorail, you guessed it, will have special tickets available. And besides the souvenir tickets, the Duffy and Friends Colorful Happiness Liner, that's right, they have had a Duffy monorail since the beginning of this event. They are going to update that for this grand finale, so it'll have a new layer of decor that'll be added to it. Of course, that's the magic of TDR. They're always doing thoughtful little cute things. Speaking of thoughtful little cute things, Hong Kong Disneyland has launched their first series of mystery ride vehicle figures, including a Mystic Manor car that's called the Mystic Magneto, by the way, and also a sled from Wandering Oaken's Sliding Sleighs. The mystery Hong Kong ride vehicles will retail for 99 Hong Kong dollars each. Yes, they are a mystery set. You get one in a box for that price. It's about $12.72 USD right now. The box features images of each vehicle you can get. The 6 vehicles include a purple Dumbo the Flying Elephant, a pink and blue teacup from the Mad Hatter Teacups, a Jungle River cruise boat, that Mystic Magneto car from Mystic Manor, a honey pot from the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, and a sled from Wandering Oaken's Sliding Sleighs, of course, which opened with the World of Frozen, of course. If you watch the Hong Kong vlogs, you know they've been doing a lot of mystery product out there. The trash cans, I still don't have either Series 1 or 2 complete of those mystery trash cans, and I still haven't completed any of the mystery cards. Go watch the Hong Kong vlogs if you want to watch me just open mystery items for a whole week. Super fun. But yeah, another thoughtful, great, they're killing it in the merchandise game in Hong Kong right now. Great stuff coming out. For the absolute latest on these stories and all that didn't make it into today's show, be sure to check WDWNT.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. Special shout out to our WIGS members watching who make this show happen every week. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corliss saying, enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.